Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking Minecraft mobs, I guess, on a tier list. So, no easier way to do this than let's just start now. I'm not the best ranker. Probably gonna put lots of stuff high rankings because I just have good memories with lots of the mobs, and I think most of them are pretty good in the game. I like them. So I'm gonna start with probably the easiest one, which is a chicken. Uh, Most people probably put these like basic tier, but my whole channel is chicken, so we're gonna have to put that S tier. That's a fact. There's a lot of other ones here as well, so let's let's we won't do it in order. We'll just choose. So next up, I want to find villager because that's another easy S tier. Because they might be annoying sometimes and stuff, but I think they add so much to the game. If I'm being real, and they have good trades. Plus, I'm usually the one being unfair to them, putting them in prisons and stuff, forcing them to trade. So I can't hate them. So a lot of good choices here. Dogs, they're literally your best friend throughout the game. They save your life, they protect you. All you have to give for them is a bone. So have to be S tier. And we're gonna go cats there too. Might be biased because I have cats in real life and I love my cats. So they have to go S tier as well. Let's see what's next. Any other easy S tiers? It's a lot of good ones, but I'm not seeing any that axolotl. I do love axolotls, but I just don't know if I'm gonna put it S tier. I might, but I don't know. Shulkers, I'm gonna put them A tier because they give really good drops and they're fun, but they're kind of annoying. Hate when they teleport away, so they don't get S tier. Phantoms, I actually don't hate phantoms. I like them. They have a cool design. They're kind of interesting, but they're kind of annoying to have to get for the phantom membranes, and they're kind of annoying in game. So I'm gonna just put them D tier for like, they're good, they look cool. Make them, change them up a bit maybe, and they'll be the best. So they have potential. So I'm not gonna give them a bad ranking. These little guys, those are F. I hate them. Hate them. They're annoying. One killed me in my hardcore. I don't. They sound annoying. They look creepy. Vexes get that ranking. Here was Cave Spider. That's easy. This is Cave Spider. This goes E tier. Just annoying spider. A worse spider with poison and everything. E tier. There's Piglin Brute. I'm also putting him bad. He does add a lot to the piglins, and he's kind of cool. So he's getting mixed, but I kind of don't like them. He's going halfway. Okay, let's see here. A lot of good choices, lots of bad choices too. Ocelots, they used to be more useful. Now they're pretty useless. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. I'm gonna put them E tier. They'd be up if they had a bit more use to them. Or something fun, or a way to get them, something with them. They became useless when cats got added. And of course, I'm not rating just on use, but you can't even get one as a pet, so it's kind of like, eh. Okay, bats. Bats, I kind of like them for atmospheric purposes. So I'll put them D tier, because honestly, they might be useless, but honestly, if they added birds or something, even with not much uses or just anything, I'd like them just for atmosphere. And bats add just a little more something to the cave, so I'm not putting them at the worst rating, because I do think they add something at least. This might not be the most updated, but I don't really have most thoughts on the new mobs anyway. Creeper, very annoying, but it's a classic mob. I love the design of them. They're pretty cool. They're like grass, they're hidden. I like creepers. They're a good enemy to fight. Polar bears, pretty useless, but cooler than bats. I'll put them in C tier. They're just there. But they do add something. Wish they had more use. Pandas, to get one rank above because you can find uses for them. You can hunt for a brown panda, which is fun, and they're just kind of cool. I like the different variants a bit better than polar bears. Sea turtles, they're also B tier because I don't want to rank just on use or everything because I like mobs that just add atmosphere or add something, and I think sea turtles do it better than polar bears or bats. Polar bears do it better than bats, but they do it better because I don't know why, but they're just fun to have turtles. You can collect some eggs and stuff. They're fun to play around with, but they're not the best. So I'll give them B tier. Chickens, again, I already said why I put chickens, so you can guess why those are higher. Shulkers, the shulker shells are too useful, and it is a bit fun killing them. Very useless. You can make a farm with it, but other than that, useless. Pretty annoying, still easy to kill, not that fun. Guardians go a bit above, actually. I think they add something to the ocean, but again, they're kind of boring. You don't see them that much. Silverfish, I guess they're kind of classic, but they're just also annoying. You can use them for trolling and blocks and stuff, so they're not the worst. And they're kind of a bit cool, I guess. Taught me what silverfish were. Also, ghast would have to be put up because the friendly ghast, so I'm going to think of that when I include that, even though that isn't the friendly one. I don't really care for the warden. I guess put it up a little. It's a fun new type of mob and everything, but I guess it's A rank. Actually, I have some memories going down in the deep dark. I kind of avoid it because it's scary, so deserves a ranking because that. Enderman, they're too cool. They can't be anywhere but S tier. The creeper and all of them get it. Enderman gets it. One of my favorite mobs. Ender Dragon, I'm just gonna put him there because, or her there because, you know, a good mob, a good boss, the only dragon, and I feel like it deserves that. Wither, Bedrock Wither, Java Wither. So we're gonna put it in A because it's super easy to kill. Except on Bedrock, which is why I said that. Witches, annoying, but I don't feel one way about them or another. They're just kind of annoying. And I'd put them at Phantom level. I find them more annoying than Phantoms. Pufferfish, they're kind of equal. They're kind of cool to collect and stuff. Same for all the fish. I'm going to put them at equal. Because, you know, I think they're above all those. They're kind of useless overall, but you can get fish from them. There's some uses. Plus, they add a lot to the ocean. They were so empty before, no fish swimming around. Frog, I like frogs, but I don't think they're the best. I put them at like turtle tier, where they're kind of there. They're cool to see, and they're kind of cooler than any of those mobs, but still not the most interesting, and not as loved as a chicken or a cat or a dog. Parrots, they're kind of useless mostly part, but they're fun to have with you. Ride on your shoulders. They listen to music. Honestly, I'm tempted to give them S tier. But I'll keep them at A tier because they could do a bit more. And they kind of annoy me making the mob sounds. I don't want to hear skeletons and stuff coming from their mouth. Axolotl. This is a hard choice. They're cool in real life. They're cool in Minecraft. You can collect a different color variant. But they are useless, kinda. Even cats and dogs have more uses for farms and stuff. Chickens too, villagers. They have use for farms or for fighting. So yeah, they're gonna stay all at S tier. All of those are deservedly S tier. Boring version of a skeleton. Boring version of a zombie. Fun version of a zombie. Classic zombie. Gotta be S tier. In fact, I think a lot of the classic mobs are S tier just because I think they fit the game so well, and that's why it got so successful. Skeleton too. Some classicer mobs are not put up on that list though. LA. I'm just putting it mid tier because I've never used them. I don't really have a feeling one way or another. Derpy Snowman. It's B tier because I like my snowman. But Iron Golem's better, so it's A tier. Not S tier because I don't think it deserves it. Piglins are cool, but they're also kind of weak, but they're fun to trade with. I like everything they added with them. I'd say they're A tier. Zombie piglins, they kind of have their use and stuff, and they're fun to fight, but I'd say they're B tier. Or even C tier. They're classic, but I don't know. They're cool. I like making friends with them. I like they can be friends or enemies. And it's fun seeing your friend get chased around by one. Two classic mobs that deserve high ranking, but I'm not putting them in S tier. Just because they're classic. Maybe sheep gets S tier for bed and wool. You get some good blocks. Those are less useful. You can get leather from lots of bookshelves. Mushroom, cooler than cow, and it's rare, so it gets S tier. Dolphins can lead you to treasure, I think, if you feed them. And they have a few uses. I don't like them the most, honestly. They kind of swim around me too much, giving me random speed boosts. Sometimes useful, sometimes not. So it gets A tier. Skeleton horse kind of useless compared to normal horse, but it's cool. I'll put it B tier. Zombie villager, you get good trades from villagers, and it's basically a villager once you've turned it, but I'm gonna put it lower just because to make it useful you have to turn it into a villager. So it's only A tier. But they are cool to find and stuff, so it deserves A tier just by itself. Bumblebees. I think it'd deserve S tier if it was smaller. I don't like the huge bumblebees. But they are useful and they add a lot of atmosphere, having some bees buzzing around, being one of the only friendly insects in the game. Speaking insect, spider, S tier, it deserves it. They're not too annoying. I like that they're passive during daytime usually. Unless you attack them, they're pretty cool. Okay. Hearse definitely deserves S tier. You can ride on them fast and everything. They're pretty good. Donkey gets B tier because it's kind of less useful than that. But I'd say mule deserves A, and I'm going to explain all that. Fastest and most classic is a horse. A donkey's cool, but a lot slower. We could put a chest on it. And a mule's a mix of both, so it deserves a ranking in between both of them. And skeleton, horse, and donkey pretty similar in a lot of regards. Both slower, but one might be faster, but it looks cooler. It can't have a chest on it. The wandering trader, usually useless trades, but it's a cool concept. I think he looks cool. I wish there was a way to keep one in your game in survival, even if it lost its trades just for its looks. Or if there was even different kinds, I don't know. But I like them. If they have good trades, they can be pretty useful, especially for Skyblock or Flat World, so it deserves A rank. Maybe even an S rank, because kinda can be really useful in a lot of scenarios, especially like for people who don't play on a normal world, like a flat world or something. So it's kind of thoughtful to have something like that that could help players that are trying to play something else. So it's kind of cool. A lot of choices next. Let's go Magma Cube, which gets D. Find them super annoying. Slimes are kind of cute and you can keep them as a pet, so B ranking. Actually, A ranking because they're kind of useful. Next up, Strider. Kind of cool, but also kind of very useless. C ranking. I don't find them as cool as those mobs either, because they're real animals and stuff. Striders kind of they look cool. I like them, but kind of useless. I don't need to go over lava. I'll just fly over with a Elytra. Too dangerous to walk on it. Bunnies are also C ranking, kind of boring. I don't think they add too much either. They're not really a cool animal. I like bunnies, but I feel like they could do a bit more. I also hate that they changed the design. I don't like the new design. It's not bad, but I don't like it. Squid is just C ranking, same with glow squid. I don't find them interesting, but I don't hate them either, or have any dislikes towards them. Very powerful. I like that there's like a magic enemy. A ranking along with them. But I like kind of the I kind of like the pillagers too. I think they're all A ranking. It's not really too useful. I guess actually you get the Totem of Undying. And he's kind of special, so he gets S ranking. They're fun to fight. I like that they're counter of villagers. Wandering Trader Llama. C tier with regular llama. Just nothing too special. Goats. I'd say goats. I kind of like the being able to get horns from them, and they're kind of goofy. Foxes also get B tier because I like that there's variants, the Arctic fox and everything. And they're just cool. I just have a preference for foxes, so I can't put in C tier. Zoglin gets D tier, and you get C tier. I don't really like the Zoglin, but Oglin can be useful, also kind of boring. But it is something new for the Nether, kind of an animal, so I'm going to give it a higher ranking. Both higher ranking. Ghast. Ghast are too classic to hate. Plus, I'm pretty sure their sound is actually a cat that makes that sound, so that's cool. Blaze are useful, but not that cool, so B tier. Same with Wither Skeletons. But they do kind of have a bit of aura. So maybe we'll put them up one. And plus, like, after Wither Skeleton hunting, seeing a Wither Skeleton just makes me have a good feeling, so it gets to go B tier. Ravager, you go next to the Hoglin and B tier as well. It's a cool little enemy. Maybe C tier. I don't kind of freak me out its face. But the lore implications, that could be an Illager or something. You know what? That's going B tier. I think that's all good. So yeah, let me know what you think. Is this F tier, E tier, D tier, C tier, B tier, A tier, and S tier? Let me know what you think. If you hate my opinions or like them, let me know in the comments. But thank you for watching. And I hope you all have a good day. Like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Goodbye.